Hey guys, today is Monday. I wish I remembered what day it was. Is it the 11th? Monday the 11th. Sounds about right. I don't know. Anyway, I've been meaning to do a Christmas tag from Amy. It's Amy's Christmas tag. You can find her on Instagram. I think she's Amityville Amy. And Jimmy Flosstube and Emily did her tag. And so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to stitch a little bit too. My setup is a little wonky. Axel the Barbarian managed to break my iPad, which is what I usually record on, which has a much higher tripod and a better angle. And so I'm using this really small one that I hate and need to invest in something else for my phone. So not the best angle. You're not going to be able to see everything I'm stitching, but that's okay. What you can see here is this is Plum Street Samplers 12 Days of Christmas. Probably not going to get done this year as much as I'd like to say it will, but it's not. And I am doing this on a 25 count Jobelin. I think since I've been working on this, I keep saying a 25 count even weave of some sort, which it absolutely is an even weave of some sort. But I know a little bit more about fabrics since I did last year when I worked on it. And this is most definitely a Jobelin and I love it. I'm stitching it 2/2 and I am using my own colors. The red that I'm using is Cherry Wine from the Gentle Art. The green that I am using is Dried Thyme from the Gentle Art. The gold that I'm using, which hasn't shown up a whole lot in this pattern, is the Gentle Art Gold Leaf. And the dark color, the black color that I'm using, I have two different ones. One is Weeks Gunmetal, and the other one is something else. How about that? I'm not even sure what it is. Onyx. Looks like it was Gentle Art Onyx. I just have it loose in here right now, but they're so close that I can switch them out, and that's fine. So that is what I am working on today. I finished the top part of the 7th day, except for the beak. I need to do that. And then I'm working on the 8th part, the top of this block, and then I can actually throw that part of the pattern away. And then I'm down to just, I think, 2 pages left, which would be the bottom half of these, and then these last 4. I don't know if I'm going to get them done or not. So that's what I'll be stitching. I was planning on going to Hobby Lobby after I dropped Archer off at school, but it started snowing and the roads were looking a little sketchy. Like I could have gone, but it's also the time that everybody's driving to work and salt trucks were just getting out. And you know what? I'm going to let those plows and salt trucks do their job. I don't need to go to Hobby Lobby this morning, though I need to go before the weekend. So maybe tomorrow if it stops snowing. We're only supposed to get, I think, a max of 3 inches today, which just isn't that bad. So let's get going on this tag. I'm just going to leave this right, excuse me, in my lap. My pattern is over here so I can see, and we'll see how this goes. You're just going to listen to me anyway. Got my coffee. I'm going to take a little drink of my coffee. I brewed some more coffee because it's cold outside, kids. All right, let's get going. Let me find where I'm at here. 3, 2... Awesome. Okay. Oh, I need to put my glasses on because, guys, I can't see. Cheaters for the win. Even on 25 count. You know what? Life is better with some magnification. Ain't no shame in my game. All right. Amy's holiday tag number 1. Oh, sorry. Favorite Christmas song. I have a few. So if you follow me on Instagram and you look at my Insta stories, you will see that I have been listening to Christmas music since November 1st. Yup, sure have. My favorite part of Christmas, which may be a question in this tag, I don't remember. My favorite part of Christmas is the holiday music. One of my favorites. So I have also said several times, I am not at all religious, not even just the littlest sense of it. Not at all. But a lot of Christmas music, especially your classic Christmas music, there is a lot of faith-based music. So one of my favorites is Mary Have You Heard? I think there's a Kenny Rogers version. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I like the most. I heard it on the radio one year. I used to listen to Christmas music every morning when I worked. Now I do every morning when I take Archer to school. Mary Have You Heard? And the first time I heard it, I cried my face off in the car. Couldn't help it. Not even from just the religious aspect of it being Mary and baby Jesus, but just a mother realizing that her son is just destined for greatness. That's what really got me. And if I think about it, I will tear up. So I'm not going to. On the same vein, Do You Hear What I Hear? Oh, I love that song. And it really depends on who sings it, especially if you've got some, I think Elvis does a version that I love, but I love everything Elvis sings. So, I love that one. And then the Hawaiian Mele Kalikimaka, Maka, I like that one. And I know I'm forgetting one. There's one that I heard. Archer's favorite's Jingle Bell Rock. He loves that. Axel doesn't like music very much, so he doesn't have any favorites. But yeah, Mary Have You Heard? Do You Hear What I Hear? I'm missing one, but that's okay. I like them all. I really do. Question number 2, your least favorite Christmas song. Anything Mariah Carey sings. Sorry, girl. I like Mariah Carey. I do not like her holiday music. I just don't. There's really very little that I listen to and I'm like, ugh, this gross. Oh, I know my other favorite. Anything that that's not it. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yeah, TSO. Carol of the Bells and Midnight in Sarajevo. Those are my other favorites. Least favorite. Anything Mariah Carey sings holiday-wise, I don't care for. There's a lot of when people put out Christmas music, I don't really like it. Isn't that terrible? Michael Bublé does a few that I really like. Josh Groban does a couple that I really like. Maybe I just don't like Mariah Carey. I'm a hater. Sorry, not sorry. Don't like it. Favorite Christmas movie. My favorite Christmas movie of all time is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I know that movie by heart. I watch it every single year while I am decorating the tree. And since I'm really the only one that decorates the tree, they just let me do it. It is just the way it is. I put that movie on. I start with the lights. That's what happens. So, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, followed closely by A Christmas Story, which I have to watch at least once. Preferably 3 or 4 times when they do 24 hours of A Christmas Story on ABC Family or TBS or whoever does that. Oh my God, my favorite. And then Elf. Elf is a great one. Enjoy it quite a bit. Am I doing this right? Yes. All the way to the end. So those are my favorites. I like the Charlie Brown Christmas too. I'd like them more if my kids would watch them with me. They don't, because they're terrible. Number 4, favorite Christmas dessert. I don't know that we really have like a Christmas dessert. Pie? We have pie. I like it when we get pecan pies. I made pecan pie last year because it's stupid easy, but it overflowed all over in the bottom of my oven because I filled the pie too much. So that kind of sucked. But like Sam's Club has great pies, so we usually just buy our pies. That's what we do. So pie, I'm gonna say pie of all kinds. Yay pie. Number 5, best Christmas present ever received. I don't know. I think the one that I remembered this morning when I was getting into my frigid car because I forgot to warm it up is the first year that Leaf and I lived in this house. I'm pretty sure I had purchased by myself my first vehicle. That's not true. I had purchased my first vehicle with a car loan all by myself. And I had gotten a silver View, Saturn View. I had wanted one of those cars forever. I wanted a silver one. I found one. I got it. And then for Christmas, my husband took it to a shop and had auto start installed. And I didn't know it. I don't know why he had to have taken my car while I was at work one day. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if he came. Well, he would have had to get the keys for me. He must have asked to borrow my car or something. I don't know. And he got auto start installed. And then for Christmas, he gave me this teeny tiny box that when I opened it, it was a jewelry box. And we had been dating for a couple years and we had just moved in together. I had bought this house. We moved in together and he presented me with this jewelry box. And inside were two remote starts for the car. Yeah, don't give people key fobs in jewelry boxes. Men, are you listening? That's just a little bit cruel. But it was fine, and I really liked it. And honestly, I was more confused. I wasn't disappointed at all because we weren't at that point. We had been dating for a couple of years, but we were not at that marriage point quite yet. But yeah. So that was really fun. He also bought me a laptop one year. My husband did, which was really nice. I don't know. I guess I just don't think much about the presents. So that's what I've got. Worst Christmas present that I've ever received. I don't remember if it was for Christmas. I think it might have been my first wedding. Actually, it was wedding. So that was really bad. That was like the ugliest food platters I'd ever seen in my life. But for Christmas, I don't think I've ever really gotten a bad Christmas present. I'm trying to think, like work presents. I have never gotten a present that I think I felt like, nothing that stands out in my head and I've thought, oh my God, that's the worst thing ever. I guess I'm lucky. Yay. Yay me. Okay, let's see what's next. Number 7, any Christmas traditions. We do Christmas pajamas every year. We open those up on Christmas Eve. We cut down our own tree. I think there's only been one year that we haven't cut down a tree. I started doing that when AJ was 4, I believe. The first time we did that was with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and I loved it. It was probably the prettiest tree that I've still to this day had. We had so much fun going and picking it out. It was snowing. It was really cool. And we just kind of kept going. The next year, I think I was single. I went with a friend and we picked one out. And then when Leaf and I started dating, AJ and I went once alone, just the two of us, I think. And then when Leaf and I started dating, he started coming with us. And that's just what we do. And it really, like this year, I said, we can just not go cut one down because there is an expense. I mean, our trees are usually between, I don't know, 45 and $60. That's a lot to spend, and you know, for something that you're just going to burn in the spring, which is what we do. But we do it. My husband really likes to do it. Apparently they did that when he was younger too, but they lived in the woods, so they could also just go outside and cut one down. Not sure if they did that. I should ask him. So that's probably the best. And with the kids, this year was the first year we've introduced Elf on the Shelf. I don't know. They don't seem to care about it as much as I thought they would. Like this morning, they didn't even look for him. They kind of forgot. They don't care that little Fiddle, the elf, is going to go tell Santa that they've been railing on each other for, you know, an entire day and stealing each other's toys and yelling and screaming. They don't seem to care. Whatever. I thought I could use it as leverage for good behavior, but apparently that is not the case. Maybe next year. But I've been moving the elf around just in our living room and dining room, not doing anything crazy fancy like with cotton balls and chocolate and yeah, no, he just moves around. That's good enough. Maybe as they get older, we'll do something a little more in depth, but baby steps, right? Baby steps. Okay. Favorite thing about Christmas, number 8. My favorite thing about Christmas is just literally the spirit that people start to have. I think, especially for me, I'm somebody who never really enjoyed the holidays growing up. There was always drama, and sometimes all of that negativity, especially around the holidays, just can really ruin it. But as I've gotten older, I really wanted to get rid of that mindset. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. And I mean, let's get real. I stress out big time around the holidays. It's a lot of peopling. I don't care for that. Like, no, I'm good without all the people. I don't enjoy going out in the stores during this time because of the crowds. So I do a lot of my shopping online. I was watching Gerald last night in his Saturday after party video, and he talked about doing a lot of his shopping online, you know, Amazon priming it. Yup, that's me. I have probably done 90% of my shopping on Amazon Prime. Thank you very much. I don't like that. But there is something to be said when the season starts, so usually after Thanksgiving or before. You know, for me, like I said, I started listening to Christmas music November 1st. When decorations start coming out, when holiday lights start showing up on people's houses, when those stupid inflatable Santas start cropping up in the front yards, when I start decorating, and I decorated a lot more this year than I have in the past. I don't want to say a lot more, probably a third more. I added a few areas inside with lights. That really does it for me. The lights, the Christmas trees, the Christmas music, just that general feel-good spirit. I really enjoy, and it gets me excited. I love it. When I start seeing Christmas shows on TV, that really gets me going. The Hershey Kisses commercial, when they do We Wish You a Merry Christmas with those little colored Hershey Kisses, one of my favorite commercials. It's old too. I love it. Or the Folgers or Maxwell House. When Peter comes home, you're home. Oh God, I cry. I cry every time. Isn't that ridiculous? So there's just a general happy feeling for me that just starts around Christmas, and it makes me very happy. So that's my favorite part. Least favorite thing about Christmas, number 9. My least favorite thing is definitely the stress, because there's always stress, and it is hard to handle sometimes. Even though I tell myself I'm not going to get caught up in it, other people's attitudes rub off. If you are around somebody that's very Scroogey, it is easy to get caught up in that. And so I really try not to do that to people, and I try not to let that affect me. But stress does. I've got my in-laws are coming this weekend, so on Saturday, and they're staying in town for 2 nights. They're getting a hotel room. So they're staying Saturday and Sunday night. That stresses me out. I bless their hearts. All they want to do is see us and see their grandkids. And then Monday morning, they're heading south to Florida, because that's where they winter. So they just want to hang out with us and see their grandkids before they leave for 5 months. But it stresses me out because obviously they're staying in a hotel room, so I'm going to need to cook if they want to eat on the cheap anyway. So I'm cooking Christmas dinner on Saturday, but then like Sunday, they're going to be in town all day. And the hotel is literally, a mile from our house, like around the corner. So they're going to be here. So I've got to come up with something for breakfast, and then, I don't know, leftovers maybe for lunch, and then something for dinner. And then Monday, I'm sure they will not see the kids before they leave because everybody goes to school early. But then they'll be here, and that changes the kids' routine, and that means I won't be stitching for a weekend. And come on, guys, we know how that goes. I need my stitching. And the kids will be all excited, and no one will want to go to bed, and it's just lots of that I don't look forward to. But 'tis the season, right? Ooh, I need 3 more stitches. 3 more stitches. Let me see. Do you do any, this is number 10, do you do any baking or cooking for the holidays? I don't do much baking. My mom is the baker, and every year we say she's going to come over and we're going to bake stuff, but we don't. Honestly, I don't really like baking. I don't like it. It's okay. I've done it before. There are some things that I like, but also I'm trying really hard not to eat all the baked goods, so I don't have really any intention of baking anything homemade this year. My kids aren't really, we've tried to get them to do the whole let's bake cookies and yada yada yada, and they really aren't into it. They like to eat the cookies. They don't like to make the cookies. So I'm likely not going to bake anything. It's not my bag. Not my bag. I have to get a new thing here. When decorating for Christmas, do you go all out or do the minimum? I don't think I go all out. Not at all. We don't have any lights on the outside of our house because my husband just doesn't want to. So I put some lights in the windows. I have some icicle garland stuff It's not icicle, they're snowflakes. They're not icicle lights. They're snowflakes. So I put those in the front picture window, and then I have my Christmas tree, our real tree. This year we put up my mom's vintage aluminum tree with all of like my fancy glass ornaments and other, yeah, they're either fancy or they are vintage. Because my kids are finally to the point where I feel okay putting those out. I have put them out in the past and they have been smashed. And so when I started losing a lot of my old ornaments, I stopped putting them up. But this year they're up. So we have 2 Christmas trees. And then I did put some greenery, some garland and lights above our back picture window. And hung up this Christmas card thing that my mother-in-law made for us last year. Maybe I'll try to do a little mini decoration tour. Oh no, when this is over, so you guys can see. So I didn't go all out, but I definitely went more than I have in the past, which is nice. I like it because, like I said, lights make me happy and they're festive and I love them. I love them, but we don't go all out. Not at all. A little sip of the coffee there. Number 12, do you send or receive more holiday cards? Generally, we send much more than we receive. This year, I didn't send out cards. I just, money needed to be spent in other places, and I send out. My Christmas card list is about 100 people. So do the math there on postage. It's crazy pants. It's a lot. Plus the cards, though I did have cards. I think I have a couple years worth of cards stockpiled because I tried to buy those at the end of the season. So, but yeah, we definitely send more than we receive. And when I do send cards, I try to send them out by December 1st because I like to display the Christmas cards that we get, and I like to display them until usually I take down decorations, which honestly is like the day after Christmas. I usually take down the trees, and then the Christmas cards go away. So, and Christmas cards are the only cards generally that I purchase. I do not send other cards. I don't send birthday cards very often. We don't buy Valentine's Day cards, Sweetest Day cards. We don't do cards because they're expensive and they just get thrown away. So, save the earth and all, or just save your cash. Cards are kind of a waste, but I do love Christmas cards. That is my exception. 13, eggnog. Yay or nope? I love eggnog. I put eggnog on my shopping list for this week. Eggnog with some spiced rum. Delicious. So yeah, I'm a fan of the nog. Leaf thinks eggnog is okay. I won't. I mean, we buy like a half gallon, and sometimes we end up throwing some out because we don't drink it a lot. It's not that great for you. I think this year I'm going to try to make my own eggnog. So eggnog is high in sugar, and I have really cut back on my sugar intake quite a bit since this summer. So if I can come up with something that doesn't have all that sugar in it, then that's great. Stay tuned for that. Let's see. Do you do your holiday shopping early or late? I try to start my holiday shopping at the beginning of December. I am done with the little kids. I am about halfway done with AJ. Leaf and I don't generally do presents for each other, though I did get us both something for under the tree this year. It's very utilitarian though. It's something that we didn't need, but it's something that'll be great. So I got that for us. We got our family photos done this year. So for the grandparents, they are getting family photos in frames. I still have to go get those. And then really, I don't think we're exchanging with my brother-in-law because it's just easier that way. Less stress. It's what we try to do. So we're each going to give each other nothing. There are teacher gifts that I really need to think about. God, I don't know. Seriously. So apparently I'm not as done as I thought I was. Oh well. I'll figure it out. I have a list. I have a list of things. So apparently it's late. It's only the beginning of December. What's really horrible is the wrapping. I wonder if that's a question down here. Number 15, who is the easiest person to buy for? Nobody. Nobody's easy for me to buy for. I have the worst time gift giving. I have always had a hard time with gift giving, and the older that I get, I think the worse it is, because as adults, if there's something you want, you just get it. You just get it. Because we're all grown. We just get it. So, yeah. Oh, there is the biggest knot in the back of this. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, I'm going to have to pick that out. Great. Now you can watch me frog. Yeah, so everybody is hard to give for me. It's just the way it is. What are you going to do? I have to, oh my gosh. Knots. Okay. What's next? Who is the easiest person to buy for? Did I say that? Nobody. Nobody's easy. Who's the most difficult person to buy for? Everybody. Though these days it is my teenager, because it's, you're at the point where he's at the point where he just wants to, he doesn't even want to get his own stuff. There's not a lot that he wants. There's not a whole lot that he needs, and things that he wants, like, you can't really buy. Like, he's not the kid to, like, go to the mall and buy himself clothes. Very rarely does that happen. And he is not the kid to want to go to the mall to pick out his own clothes. So I just do his clothes shopping for him, and it just works out. So, like, this year I got him some Bluetooth earbuds because he goes through earbuds like cray. And he'll end up with just cash. And then add in that both AJ and Archer have birthdays right around Christmas. So AJ's birthday is December 30th. And then Archer's birthday is January 2nd. So, and we always do separate. Like, they don't get, like, this is your birthday and Christmas present. No, that is the lamest thing ever. That will never happen in my house. They get separate gifts. They get separate meals. They get cake, whatever. Yeah, no. It is separate. So I think AJ's just getting cash, and I did get him some clothes. I didn't get him Christmas jammies this year because I bought him like triple last year. I just kept going out and getting Christmas pajamas for him, forgetting that I had already gotten them. So he's saturated in jammies, but I did get him an outfit and earbuds, and he'll get cash probably for Christmas and his birthday. And then usually what ends up happening is that he will want to buy like games online on Steam or on the Xbox, and he'll just hand over his cash or gift cards to one of us, and then we have to put in our credit card information to buy it. So it's like, this is stupid. Why don't we just get cash? We'll just end up with it when he, shortly after. So, yep, there's that. Have you ever regifted something? I'm sure that I have. I'm not sure if I did it for Christmas. I'm sure that I have. I have to figure out. Oh, I forgot. Hold on here. I forgot part of what I was doing. 2, 3. Yep, here we go. I forgot this milkmaid's arm. Sorry, lady. I'm not going to be able to carry your bucket of milk. Let me get this going. I have to concentrate for a second. Like that diagonal pin stitch. Abby taught me that. Best thing ever. Best thing ever. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, regifting. I don't think so. Not for Christmas. Not for Christmas. I'm not above it though. Like if there's something that I get and I don't want it, I will find somebody that will use it. Because I also don't believe in hanging on to things just because somebody got it for you. I don't have enough room physically or mentally for that in my life. Okay. Here we go. Oh, no. There we go. Almost there. Besides yourself, who is the best gift giver? I don't know. I think my in-laws are really into it. My mother-in-law is super into it. Like, she tries really hard. So she's a really good gift giver just because she gets into it so much. My husband, when he does it, is a pretty good gift giver. I think. It's been so long, really, since we've gifted each other things. It's been several years. We don't generally, like, we'll go to dinner for each other's birthday or something like that. There's not lots of gifting. Because when we want something, like I said, we're grown men and women. We just go get our things. So, there's that. Have you ever experienced a white Christmas? I live in Michigan. We have. Though, to be honest, we've had several non-white Christmases too, because I don't know why. We did a few years ago have a holiday break for the kids, their winter break that just like didn't end. We had so much snow that year. I think there's something really magical about having snow on Christmas. I think that's so fun. But it doesn't happen all the time. And when it does, sometimes it's like old snow. Like you can't go play in it. So it kind of stinks. But yes, I have experienced several white Christmases and several brown Christmases. Because Michigan. What is the thing you most want this Christmas? I just want to have a nice, happy holiday with less stress. I want my kiddos to have a good time. I want my friends to be happy. This has been a rough year for a lot of people. I think I said that last year too. Apparently every year is rough at some point. Because living sometimes is just hard. So yeah, I just want my friends and family to have a great holiday. Is the best that they can. Life is definitely not perfect. Our situations, whatever they may be, nothing in life is perfect. But we can try to make it as perfect as possible for each other. And I think that's important. Some people call that the spirit of the season. I would like everybody to just recognize the spirit of the season, whatever that spirit is to you. And, you know, goodwill towards men and all that jazz. That would make me happy. Would definitely make me happy. Let's see. Do you typically stitch gifts to give for Christmas? Typically I don't. I think the first year that I was stitching, I stitched gifts for AJ and for my sisters and for my mother-in-law. That was a stitch heavy year. You can tell I was very excited about cross stitch. But generally I can't even finish my own stuff. Oh, and I stitched something for my friend next door. I forgot about that. That was super fun. They were all, hopefully they were all appreciated. I have found AJ's like stuck behind his dresser a couple times. It was the Doctor Who piece, Don't Blink, from Cloud's Factory. I think I just need to go steal it back from him. It's up right now. It's not on the wall. It's sitting on his desk, which is fine. That is fine. Oh, my nose is running. Let's see. Do you prefer traditional holiday decor or more modern? I would say mine is probably pretty traditional. We have LED lights, but they're the traditional blue, yellow, orange, green, red colors. You know, my trees are not themed, except for maybe the silver tree this year. It's not necessarily themed, but it's got my vintage stuff on it. So I guess it's as themey as it gets. It has some modern stuff on it too. So I guess if my theme is eclectic, then I am killing it. But we're definitely more traditional. I don't even know what modern Christmas decor would even look like. Like glitter and like a pink Christmas tree. Is that modern? I don't know. I'm just going to go with traditional. Let's see. Have you ever traveled for the holidays? Traveled as in like out of the state? No. Traveled as in like across town or whatever, yes. But now that I have children, I told my husband that my kids will wake up in their beds at their house on Christmas Day. That is just how it is. Santa will come here. Santa's not traveling anywhere else. Santa will come here to fill stockings and to drop off gifts and whatever else it is that Santa does. He's not going other places. At least for now. Maybe when they get older, we will revisit that. As it is right now, AJ, since he was 2, has traveled between houses, you know, as kids of divorced families do. So like this year, he is with me for Christmas Eve, and with his dad. He'll go to his dad's house Christmas Eve night. And then he'll be with his dad on Christmas Day. So that traveling, has happened forever. Like he doesn't remember it any other way. And I still, even when his dad and I divorced, Santa, if he was not at my house on Christmas Day, Santa did not come to my house. All of his gifts that I gave him were from me, and that's just the way it was. And Santa would go to his dad's house on Christmas Eve night while he was sleeping, and he would wake up and have Santa gifts at his dad's. That's always how it was. And I think that his dad respected that. I don't know that Santa came. Maybe in the very beginning, Santa would like go to his house too and just leave presents for AJ for when he got there. I don't know. To me, I felt like that was too confusing. Like, why would Santa give you double the presents? You're not that special. So that's what we did. Do you enjoy wrapping gifts? Nope. A whole lot of nope on that, as Danielle would say. No. In fact, my husband and I were just talking yesterday. So I purchased these Santa sacks a few months ago, and my friend next door embroidered them for all of us. So we have 5, and they have the kids' names on them, and then Leaf and I. And I said, well, maybe, we need to look at all the stuff that I purchased for the kids and all the stuff that my husband purchased too, because he did go shopping. And we need to lay it all out and decide what's from us and what's from Santa. And then maybe the Santa gifts we can just throw in the Santa sack and not wrap them, because why would we wrap them? Why would Santa put them in a sack wrapped? Like, he would just throw them in the sack for them, right? It has their name on it. And my husband was not on board with that. He's like, part of the fun is opening up the presents. I was so mad. And my response was, then you're going to help me wrap this year, because generally I do that all by myself and I hate wrapping. I like the way they look wrapped, but I'm not, I just hate it. So no, I am not a fan. I am not a fan. Okay, I just need to slip this down the middle here so I can get back to stitching. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Number 25. This is the last one. Have you ever received a holiday gift that meant so much to you that you cried? No. Nope. I don't think that I have. And I've gotten some good gifts, but I don't think so. I can't, no. Nope, I can't even think of one thing. And I'm trying really hard. No, I got nothing. No crying gifts. So there it is. That is the end of Amy's Christmas tag. I will copy and paste the questions below. If you want to join in, please feel free to. Amy's holiday tag, she calls it. I got a little bit done. I'm going to keep working on this. I'm not going to record it anymore, but I'm going to keep working on this because I have a whole pot of coffee to drink, and it's still snowing, and it's snowing a lot. That's crazy pants. So I'm just going to stitch. I'm just going to stitch today. I'm taking the day off. Sounds like a plan to me. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will be... Who knows what I'm doing with my videos these days, but I hope to do an update next week, right before the holiday, probably it's the last week that the kids are in school, so that'll be the perfect time to do it. So enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next one.